Alright guys, I'm being geeky and freaky in my favorite place, you know how this is. But I made a new friend and we're gonna be like, I'm gonna be educating myself in the jazz world because I just don't know. I don't know anything about this unless I know about it, you know, which you know who those are gonna be. You know what I mean? But like who's West? I don't know. I know
Wes
he's played with a lot of people.
He's the man, yeah.
See, he's gonna let me know.
Some people say that he's got, like, he kind of reinvented the jazz guitar.
Really?
Usually there's tons of copies of records from him. I don't know why
Really?
they only have one.
Okay, so they
Well, there's
normally would
a
have
whole
one?
bunch of reissues too. I don't know why they're not here. Maybe they're all bought. Right?
Cool. And then who's somebody like this?
Oh, piano.
Classic?
Pretty wild.
Okay.
Like a little bit. I mean, not crazy, but sort of classic. Kind of like, you know, Jackie's horn.
You know what's so
See,
funny?
here's
I
Joe.
bought
Remember we were
this
talking
because
about
I thought
Joe?
this was gonna be a soul like crazy like Parliament soul vibe, and it was so not.
So-
I bought it blind buy.
Yeah.
Like because
I
of
know.
this.
I know the record too.
Yeah.
Like it spun up on one of my things when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about like Sweet Fingers? Joe Pass is probably like one of the sweetest.
Wow.
He's a cute little man and he played incredible
sweet
guitar. So this Portraits of Duke Ellington, that might be a really lovely record.
Yeah. See, Duke,
Yeah.
what would you consider Duke as like this type of genre of
Fuck,
jazz?
man, he's like
What
he's
is he?
core jazz. He's just like really like swingy and boppy and like
Okay,
up tempo.
bop,
Like,
you would say.
well, just like he's not necessarily like from the bop era, even though he went through it. But his stuff is all like you know, most of it.
Okay.
Other than the really kind of like ballady piano stuff that he did, I'm sure like the release he did with Coltrane, like In a Sentimental Mood, like
That's like my favorite. Coltrane
exactly,
record, yeah.
exactly. So Duke's doing really quiet stuff on that record.
Okay. And that's the joke.
This
that
is
you
just a different
recommend?
Joe. No, this is just a different one. These are just these kind of weird semi-comps they
I
did
like
back
the
in the
ones with
day.
the chicks on them. I feel like they're
Well,
that smooth vibe that I like, the buttery.
But there is something that I like about him with the guard here too. Though.
Oh,
This is
honey,
really
this
nice.
look,
Just
yeah.
Friends, Easy to Love. Okay, summertime. There has to be a summertime cover, of course.
Right.
So
it's become a standard in a way.
It's like the standard.
Yeah.
I love it though. I love hearing every new version of it. This is a tough
You know who
one.
this
It's like,
is?
do I want this? Yeah, flute, crazy flute.
Crazy flutes.
Like experimental, kind of pushing the boundaries a
Oh,
little bit,
shit.
like looping and.
Wow.
This is tough. I almost want this just because I remember Charlie Parker.
Charlie Parker's on
no,
that?
no. That's the thing. No, it's just it's like some Charlie Parker cuts, like some stuff like that. The thing is like $10, it had 20, 30,
Right.
40.
Adds
All
up
of a sudden
quick.
I should, yeah.
Adds up quick.
I'm just trying to think of stuff that's actually really.
This isn't the hip hop Onyx. This is somebody else.
No.
Who's
Onyx,
that?
Onyx Collective. I haven't even got into them yet.
See what I mean? We got a
Yeah.
lot. We got a
So
lot.
Art Pepper's really great. Art Pepper's one of the best like sax players
So
of
I've
all
heard
time.
of them, but I never really fully dived into
So
their
Craft
stuff.
Recordings, I got a handful of theirs. Theirs are
They're awesome.
amazing.
They're awesome, yeah.
That plus
and
11
so much great people on there.
dude, and Art Pepper plus the rhythm section, which they don't have here. That's probably his
Okay.
most famous
That's
one.
his best? Okay.
Of course, Oscar, hometown
Yeah.
brilliance right here.
Yeah.
Maybe the greatest of the piano players, depends on who you ask, but
And what's this? This is popping out at me.
I don't know. See? Let's have a look.
Yeah, because it's giving
Absolutely
they're
no
probably
idea.
From Philly. They're probably from Philly. I'm going for that vibe.
See, and we net 20, so this is brand new. It's from
Totally new, right?
23.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to think like
I'm
so.
finding all the ones that are tough for you, poor guy.
Bud Powell. Well, no. The thing is like
Really,
that.
but-
That's the thing. Like you're digging in between. Whereas
Yeah.
when I'm only at like 5-6 years into this, so I'm still listening to Ike Quebec because he's like the man.
Yeah.
Like
I've
there's
heard
just
of it.
there's just so much.
Yeah. See, the kind of stuff that I like is like soul jazz. Like it'll blend the elements of jazz, but not full jazz. Not full jazz.
Probably Grant Green right here.
Missed
You'd
that
be
one.
into this stuff because
Yeah,
the same
Bobby?
guys that produced the Donald Byrd record that you love produced all of Bobby's shit, so it all has that flowy,
Got it.
funky 70s.
Yeah.
10 people doing a harmony in the background.
Oh,
like
very fucking
lights.
cool.
Yeah, it's got.
Oh,
that
I
sort
see
of
that.
thing.
Look at those credits. The personnel is long and deep on that one.
It's heavy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But
See, I've heard of him too, Coleman, but I never dived in.
so Green, where the hell is he? Because there's one album in particular,
Probably
right here. Here he is.
Right here, yeah.
Okay, this right here. that guy right there. That
Okay.
is soul jazz butte right there.
Yeah, see, this is
Amazing soul jazz.
this is what
record.
got me more into this kind of stuff. Is
And then
like
unfortunately,
Nina
the
Simone's
one,
and
the one, which is a live record that he did in the
Okay.
70s, is
Okay.
not here.
Okay.
But it is the grooviest thing there is. And if it was here, I would show it to you.
this is like the first
That
jazz
right
record
there,
I bought. That's
that-
a classic.
Yeah, that is right the hell up there.
But
like
again,
anything
if-
Stan Getz I have, like
Yeah.
I'm big into that stuff.
Yeah,
Let's-
yeah,
what
I
is
hear
this?
you.
What do we got?
This looks like it's it's just a comp maybe.
Just a comp, yeah.
Yeah,
No need.
probably.
No need as much as like.
Yeah, of course. Unless you just want to have this and not have the rest of it.
Not have
you know
the rest
what I
of
mean?
it. Yeah, no, you're right. Of course, Dexter. Dexter Gordon, absolutely.
Dexter, yeah.
Absolutely the man, and my
I'm looking at
favorite.
this Webster here.
My
I don't know
favorite
why.
of all of his, if they have it. I don't know if they will. No, they don't. Sold out. Oh no, why? It's in AAA. That's why.
Okay.
One flight up.
Okay. One flight
There's only 2 tracks per side. They're both like 10-minute, epic. Everyone joins in. Very
Wowza.
amazing. Just get on the train.
Alright, so what do I dive into if I don't know Herbie stuff? What would I dive into more? Like Headhunter? Is that like the
Oh,
or
yeah,
is that
yeah,
just
yeah,
so
yeah.
basic?
No, not at all.
Not
The
at all?
Headhunter stuff all day.
Okay.
Actually, well, the Mwandishi, see, this guy here is actually your kind of shit. Because this is his period when things started to go just a little bit like wily and like, yeah, like
How would I even pronounce
spacey.
this? What is this?
Mwandishi.
Okay, Wandishi. Okay.
So basically, like this
Ooh.
this is when they got all the electric shit. So that's when the sound started to
Gotcha.
really start.
and
to
even
move.
when you see this in the back, you go,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, this is
Like-
giving me the vibe I like.
like everything in here is just old Herbie. I have it all, and it's all amazing. But that
Okay.
one in your hand is probably like
The one?
closest to
Got you.
Headhunters-y stuff, which is more in the kind of funky.
Which I never dived into. I've always seen that dang cover.
Do you have that?
I don't. I never dived into it
I
yet.
gotta say, that's the business.
That's the one to go?
That
Okay.
really is like, that's over there too.
Okay.
That's all like analog productions-y shit. That's the thing. It should be in here.
Yeah.
Like they should have a copy here, but
But
I know
there's
they're all
more
over there.
in there.
I'm just trying to think what was the other thing.
Yeah.
They don't have anything new from him because they don't release any of the stuff. But I'm a big fan.
Do you like this label, like the Black Jazz, Soul Jazz stuff?
Yeah.
I have
I
some of
almost
that
bought that release a couple of times,
Okay.
but is Herbie Mann, who's just like
Oh yeah, with the
He-
double N.
he is